Nothing happened.
Welcome, everyone. We're currently waiting on one more person, but we also had some technical difficulty, apparently. So we've adjusted our sound, so let us know if everything sounds okay, if it sounds a little funky. We're still working through that, but while we're waiting, I can tell you that today we are doing the Prophecy of Marduk's Temple, which is a demo case for the game called Alibi, which we do have on sale today, and I believe I forgot to look how much it was.
It's an amount of money.
$21.99 on sale for our sale today. But I'm really excited. This is a murder mystery case where not even the murderer knows that they're the murderer. So I'm really excited. Playing the demo case. You're fine. You're good. We got our last person. Playing the demo case doesn't really like spoil anything for the 3 cases that are in the original game. So this is kind of like an introduction and I like how it plays and things like that. Hey Deb, hey Darth Hoodie, Time Roller, I see yous. But yeah. So we got all our people. Let's go ahead and get into it. This does play 4 to 5 or more people. There's different versions of how you play it. We're gonna play with 4, and then if you play with more than 5 people, like the detective gets to the rest of the players and they act as one. I don't know. That's a lot of people though. We can't fit that many people in this room.
You could attempt.
Yeah,
it'd be like 30.
The case only lasts for 3 rounds instead of 5, which so like the regular rounds in the game would be 5. We do play with normal rules and not the variant with 4 people. So yeah, that's it for that. So, introduction, 1928 Iraq. An expedition from the Museum of Mesopotamian civilizations in London is in search of an ancient temple dedicated to the Babylonian god Marduk, which I can't read with my glasses on.
I think it's Marduk.
Marmaduke? the god that is just a large dog. The expedition is led by Oliver Hill, the museum's director, accompanied by Professor Michael Carr, an expert in Babylonian culture and the coordinator of the excavation. The team is completed by Carola.
The car?
Carol, it's basically Carol with an A at the end. Keller, the museum's vice director. Eric Berger, the director's assistant. Responsible for cataloging artifacts, dream job, and Nabila Rajab, an Iraqi archaeologist and local interpreter for the expedition. After a short while, the expedition discovers the temple at the site of the ancient city of Uruk. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Sparking great excitement among its members. However, at the same time, after the temple's opening, there are some small incidents that slow down the excavations, minor injuries, and the disappearance of a few artifacts. Somebody's got sticky fingers. The local...
I thought you were saying the cards were sticking to
The local workers see these events as signs of a prophecy of misfortune due to the desecration of the temple, and an air of tension hangs over the entire expedition. All right. So the oh gosh, it's still in italics. The excavations continue thanks to Mr. Hill's determination, but on the night of May 13th, 1929, the corpse of the determined museum director, Mr. Hill is dead, is found lying beneath an altar with an ancient Babylonian sphere thrust into his chest. While waiting for the local authorities to intervene, you have gathered under a tent to try to understand what might have happened. So, we have a couple of characters that we can play. Carola, Nabila, Michael, and Eric. And the victim is...
Oliver Hill.
I'll get this.
Oh, I'll get the thing.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't realize like how big these cards were gonna be. I didn't think we'd need the overhead.
We want to do the overhead?
Yeah, we can do overhead.
Cool.
It should be all right, and then we don't need to do picture in picture if you want.
Yeah, we'll do picture in picture.
Okay.
Gotta put our people faces on it.
Okay, so
it on.
Yep. We all good.
I see.
let me go back to how this works. Oh,
We might go back.
read
to
the rules, then the introduction, distribute the characters, and start playing. So basically, we can figure out who we want to be. And then there's just an extra detective.
The extra detective is not needed, right? Because of
Not
us,
yet, no.
us are having 4
And
people.
But this
then-
one's dead.
Yeah, we can't be
He-
him.
Can't be that one.
Yes, we cannot be him. We can be any of these 4.
Should we get Dan in here to
Wait.
be Oliver Hill?
Just lay on the
He
ground.
just stays on the ground. so
Just
we
stay
can-
back there.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to pick? Is there anybody that's like
I like this
Okay.
green color.
that's fair? This is my dream job. I want to do this one. I want to catalog artifacts.
Let me
You
just
could be-
make you be Michael.
Michael
Corolla.
Carr.
So
Hey,
do we look at
you're
these?
Corolla and I'm a Carr.
Perfect.
You can read the
Yeah.
back of it basically,
Ooh.
and then you leave it face down on the table in front of you. Then we read the next card.
Hmm.
Do we want to read?
I
them
don't
out
know if
loud,
we have to
or-
read it out loud. I think we
After
might
you
just-
read this card, leave it face down on the table in front of you, then read the next card.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so I'm wondering if it's secret information for yourself,
Okay.
and then
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's kind of like a
Mhm,
social
mhm,
deduction game.
mhm.
So, excuse the silence while we all read.
I'm going to
Yeah, I'm a
just,
slow reader, so
I'm going to point out that I am very respected, so you guys better show me the respect I deserve.
I'm gonna have to not. Oh, I'm sus.
Oh, by the way, I think this game, I don't know if she said it earlier, but the murderer doesn't know they're the murderer yet either to help
No.
with the social deduction.
Yeah, so that's super fun. I like that aspect because I'm really bad. Like, I played Blood on the Clock Tower recently, and it turns out if I'm a bad guy, I cannot lie about it.
True.
I got taken out real fast. Okay. Apparently we're related.
Who's Eric Berber?
Me.
Apparently you're sus.
Yeah,
You just said
I did.
Oh, man. No one likes you, apparently.
No. Got my dream job and everybody hates me. Yeah, I don't like you, apparently. Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
So, you,
So
so we
then-
do the next one too?
We go this and we all start in round 1.
yes.
Okay. So how do we play this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Read the rules.
Oh gosh, do we need a detective?
I mean, probably.
This is normal things, not the variant. What's the normal?
Hmm.
Okay, so we kind of need the detective. I guess we'll just have the detective as like an out there sort of thing. Because it says, in front of you are Michael, Corolla, Nabila, and Eric, responsible, or I'm sorry, that's just their job descriptions. Hang on. Among them, the culprit is hiding, and it's your task to discover who it is. Listen carefully to their statements and ask questions. What secrets are they hiding? During the final phase, after the other players have provided their versions of events, present your own. In the voting phase, point your finger to who you believe is the murderer. Remember, your vote counts double. Well,
So we just read
We're
these out
basically-
loud, and then the detective
I
decides
think
who they
so.
think
Should
is most
we
guilty.
get Dan to come in and
Oh, okay. So I will pretend to be the detective, and then I'll hand it off for somebody else to pretend to be the detective for
okay.
myself.
So the detective is the one who decides each round who they think is guilty.
Yeah, they ask leading questions to the people. So Corolla, were you and Mr. Hill together for a long time?
Oh.
Should have studied this longer.
Yeah. Wait a second. Shoot.
Like,
Maybe you can make it up. How do you feel, Corolla?
I'm not sure. Kind of
You gotta get in Corolla's head. Or wow.
oh,
I almost
okay.
said trunk or back end. Get in Corolla's driver's seat of the Corolla.
Oh, maybe we do just read. This is a little confusing, so this is good to know ahead of time. The rules didn't really have anything of like how to play or anything like that, because
No.
it says before you start, download the rules here. But
Oh,
like
we should've done that.
I did, but the rules were just this on a
Oh.
piece of paper
Hmm.
that you could cut out and stuff like that. So, maybe we just read the first and then we go around and read the second, and then we reveal clue number 1. Sure,
Maybe.
let's make this up.
Whatever you want to
What
do.
you got?
Nikki.
We'll
What do
make
you
this up. Let's start with you.
Yeah.
Read the first half of your card,
Okay.
and then
Of my round 1 card.
yes.
Yeah.
And then you'll read the top half of yours, I'll read mine, and then when we get back to you, you'll just read the bottom, and then we'll reveal the first clue. Because why not?
Okay. Oliver's death is truly tragic. I have 2 parts to my card. Is that matter?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
just
just
the
read the
top
top part.
Oliver's death is truly tragic. Is truly a tragedy, but let's not beat around the bush. He was a man who had no respect for anything or anyone. Nabila told me how he was treating her. Who knows what he had in mind? Oh.
Okay, your turn.
Given how clingy Oliver was, it's hard for me to believe that he wanted me gone from here. The truth is the one who can't stand the sight of me is Corolla. She's just jealous of me.
Oh. So you did
Apparently
have,
I'm petty.
he did have a thing with you
I
then?
guess.
Like
He seemed like it was like an obsession thing. So she said he's clingy.
Clingy,
so
yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I guess.
Okay. Now I get to be mean. You're all just hypocrites. Everyone here wanted Oliver dead. Like Professor Carr. They hardly talked anymore. Oliver regretted putting him in charge of the expedition. He said he was superstitious and was only slowing down the work.
I'm only
Superstitious.
slowing down the work because you're being not gentle enough with these artifacts. These you're just treating them all willy nilly as if you're just trying to turn them over for a quick buck. Whenever there's historical significance here,
Mm-hmm.
and we do not want to upset the balance of
Okay.
these ancient things.
Your turn. What do you gotta say, Corolla?
I still can't believe it. My Oliver is no longer with us, and to make it worse, he was killed in such a horrific way. I knew there were disagreements in the team, but I didn't think any of you would go this far.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Methinks she doth protest too much.
Put on a show.
Right? Alright, second half of yours.
All right,
Oh, now I read the bottom part?
I'll go
Yeah.
first. Eric acts like a rooster, but everybody knows he's just a donkey.
Wow.
Oliver was just waiting for the right opportunity to fire him.
Okay.
I don't know why he hired him in the first place, but he
Mhm.
constantly threatened to send him back where he found him.
Sure.
That's a pretty good motive for me, if you think.
Sure.
Alright. Eric is a classic scavenger. He doesn't care about history. His only interest is in valuable objects. It was Mr. Hill who warned me to be careful because he didn't trust him.
Mhm.
Ah.
Nabila's arrival must have finally shattered the relationship between Oliver and Corolla. The atmosphere has been tense for a while, and just yesterday, Corolla asked me to send this letter.
Oh, dang.
Boom.
Can we read it?
We can read it after
Yeah,
after
sure.
you go. Corolla, what do you got to say for yourself?
Nabila.
Nabila?
Nabila?
Nabila.
Nabia?
Nabia.
Nebula.
Not Spanish.
Nebula was seriously jeopardizing the success of the mission with her incompetence. Michael was supposed to lead the expedition, but he seemed very distracted by her. Oliver noticed everything and wanted her far away from here.
I am not incompetent.
Hold on, transfer letter.
What's Clue 1's letter
Should we do
say?
something with this thing down here?
I don't know. It says this, so I'm wondering if you don't speak that.
Ah, yes. I like that.
Ah.
Oh yeah, because it's got a little quote. point.
Yeah.
You know what you're pointing
Yeah.
That's just
yeah. Okay. To the Iraqi consulate, I hereby request that you relieve Nabia Rajab from her duties as the official interpreter of the expedition. Due to repeated inappropriate behavior towards the staff, we believe it is appropriate to remove her from the excavation site.
Oh.
So, you asked me to send this letter. This feels sus.
So Oliver sent that, or you sent
No, I don't. We don't know. I have a feeling it was
Corolla
who
told
created
Eric.
it.
that? Corolla's the one that was complaining about me.
Exactly.
Yeah, Corolla
I like
gave
how-
me this
I
letter.
like how all of us is immediately dismissing this letter. Like, holds no value. We've already decided we like Nebula better than Corolla.
This
Sorry,
feels pointed,
Corolla,
I'm
but-
sorry.
Who does it say that it's written by?
The director.
The director.
So it says it's written by
Ooh,
Oliver,
Oh.
and you gave it
Sure.
to me. So
I didn't write that letter.
Yeah, why would
So
you
he
sign?
was
Why?
obsessed with
Why would you sign it? The director, like.
But all right, so that's that. The detective cards didn't really help, but maybe round 2 will prove more useful. So if we want, we can try to go through.
Do we want to go through the questions on that?
Yeah. So how long were you and Mr. Hill together? Or I'm sorry, were you and Mr. Hill together for a long time? Do you know that?
We were.
How long?
I don't know.
It didn't say how many years.
No.
Oh, well, that's rude.
17 years.
And counting.
How about you?
No, not counting anymore. He died.
Were you in disagreement with Mr. Hill about Nabila's abilities?
I believe I was. I actually just do not agree with the way that Mr. Hill treats her in general.
Interesting. Do you think it's possible that Mr. Hill wanted you away from the excavation site?
Let me check.
I know, right?
Mine was in my little no speaky thingy, so maybe it's in your no speaky
Oh.
thingy.
What was the question?
Do you think it's possible that Mr. Hill wanted you away from the excavation site?
No. He seemed to want me around.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
What about you? You don't have any questions? Oh,
I
okay,
do. I
got
have
you.
one.
Mr. Eric
Mhm.
Berger. Sorry, Mr. Berger. Would you say you had a good relationship with Mr. Hill?
No, he didn't really like me much.
That's very sus.
I know. Right? Except maybe Corolla.
Hmm.
Corolla might like me a little bit, but that's just because
Oh, these are some
distantly
suggestions
related.
for some questions. All right.
Mhm.
Well, we'll just use the suggested questions.
I didn't actually know much about you.
Oh, that goes down.
So I
Okay.
don't know if I can like you or not.
So let's go
Maybe
to
we're
our
not
second
related.
card and see what
No,
it
I think
says.
we are.
2
Round two.
rounds.
Are we
Round
supposed to do anything
two.
between the
It's
rounds?
son of an old cousin.
I still think it's Burger.
It doesn't say anything that we do in between rounds. So...
Yep. I think we can discuss like what we think so far, but I still think it's
Ooh, does anybody else have any clues on their cards, by the way?
no.
It,
Reveal clue number
Oh,
4 now.
I got some.
Oh, okay.
We're supposed to look
on
through
yours, or did you have it on one?
It's on this.
On the new one.
Does it say like exposed clue?
That's from
Oh,
round. Yeah, it'll have like.
Yeah, I don't have that yet.
okay.
But
I
probably, we
got-
probably all have it.
I got one now.
Oh,
Wait.
why do you have to reveal that? So this is his murder scene.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's gruesome. All right, let's look at this thing. We're also gonna put that on camera. Yeah. That definitely looks like a spear that Carola would have had.
Didn't have a spear.
All right, here you go. We
Mhm.
can. I probably should have done it that way. So
Probably. Yeah, that looks good.
there you go. That's the murder scene. Yeah.
Did I do it?
Gutted.
I'm real sus.
Who carries
Yeah.
the spear?
All I know is it wasn't me.
I have a pitch.
It's a
pitch-
cool looking spear,
No.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Pickaxe. That's what it's called.
It's usually the wife.
Ah.
But I mean, they were married. They were just together.
Mhm.
Gimmick roll.
Mm-hmm. So we can start with you this time.
That's what she's.
The top half, if you'd like. So you start with the top half. We'll
Okay.
go around, and then we'll read the second half. If it says reveal clue X underneath the thing, just let me know.
Yeah.
The spear that impaled Oliver was only found yesterday in the late afternoon. It's the spear of the serpent of the god Marduk.
Mm-hmm.
We were overjoyed, but Eric wasn't around.
There wasn't?
No.
Oh no. That doesn't bode well for me.
Your color is the same color as the blood.
Wow.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Super
So-
duper.
Okay. I was in the storeroom when I heard the shouts of joy from the temple. When I arrived in the main hall, I noticed Nabila confabulating, that's a big word, with the excavation workers. It seemed like they were looking at the spear. I mean, that seems like a dumb sentence because
I mean, it's an artifact.
you just found a really cool artifact that's part of your history because it's all in there.
Yeah, the
but
history's important.
I'm not bright. Nobody said you needed to be in this position, okay?
You volunteered.
Go ahead.
I
Alright.
had tried to help Eric with his work at the museum, but he never stopped associating with shady people. Oliver was
Mhm.
not
And
at
the
all
boys.
pleased with it. They often argued, and he threatened to fire him. They had a fierce argument just a few days ago.
I mean,
All
you gotta
right.
fight with your bosses once in a while. Keeps things fresh.
I'm not superstitious, but I tend to think that everyone gets what they deserve. Oliver always trampled over everything and everyone for his own interest.
Hmm.
He's not the first to suffer the consequences of greed. Nabila knows too. She saw it up close. Reveal clue number 2.
Hmm.
Closure of the excavations. This is a newspaper article. I'll read it out loud.
Okay.
All right. November 5th, 1927, following a serious accident, the excavation site at Lagish has been closed. The expedition director was seriously injured after a sudden collapse of the structure they were uncovering. The expedition's interpreter, Nabil Rajab, gave it an exclusive interview. The excavations were proceeding too quickly. We knew the structure might not withstand the stress. Because of the greed of certain men, we risked losing an invaluable piece of our history. It appears that this was not the only incident that occurred during the expedition, and days leading up to the collapse, some other minor mishaps of lesser significance have occurred. Excavations will resume once the area is secured. A team of local archaeologists will take over the work.
Mm. You know what that sounds like? That part of the mummy, that like, it was the guy. Oh gosh, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Brendan Fraser,
No,
the mummy,
the other guy.
the brother.
No, he's
funny
great
one.
though.
Yeah.
I love him. No, it sounds like they're part of a group that wants to like keep the
Oh,
artifacts.
the
like,
really
very-
cool dude with the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I like that.
Yeah,
actor.
yeah, I forget the name of that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, it sounds like that, doesn't it?
the
Like
Magi.
that
It was the
she's-
Magi.
Yeah, that she's part of the Magi, and they're trying to
Yeah.
like hide the artifacts from getting because they don't belong in a museum.
Oh, also greatest movie of all time. Ever.
It's so good. Number 2 is pretty funny too.
Yeah, number 2 is fine.
All right, so
Number
go
3
ahead
not
and
so
good.
read
Second
number
part.
2.
These days, Corolla has been really too much. She had tried to discredit me in all sorts of ways, making me look bad in front of Oliver. It is clear that there is more than love between them.
Okay. Oliver sees the opportunity to discredit Michael in that newspaper article. It wasn't a surprise, but this time the professor had really shown some teeth. The other day they had a brawl like teenagers. It was hilarious. I think there's another newspaper article, and yup, it sure is. The professor. The
Professor.
The professor, superstitious. Let's return to the discussion of the discovery of the temple dedicated to the god Marduk. After the initial excitement, it seems that the expedition is now facing some difficulties. In fact, the workers have gone on strike, and the reason is rather peculiar. Following some minor incidents and slight injuries, the belief in a curse on the temple has taken hold.
Mm-hmm.
What is most surprising are the statements made by Professor Carr, the head of the expedition. We found a menacing inscription. Your voice will protect the sacred, your lance will pierce the sacrilegious. It's not the first time that greed has been punished. We shouldn't play games with history. All right, I mean, you're not wrong, but okay. The response from the museum director, Oliver Hill, was swift. Accidents can happen, especially when working with unprofessional people. This is not the first expedition I've been on, and it certainly won't be the last. Well, about that, I am confident that we will find a way to move beyond such superstitions.
Mm.
All right, that was mine.
Professor Michael's superstition had taken hold in recent weeks, throwing the expedition into chaos. To keep the expedition going, Oliver had to double the pay for the laborers.
Gotta pay because they're desperate, but they're like, but the curse. That's number 2. This is cursed. That's its curse.
Well, I know that Corolla gave up everything, even her family, to tie her career to Oliver. Who knows how much longer she would have accepted the position of vice director. She was always aimed high.
I'm fine with my vice director. I was in love with Oliver. I miss him. He was my main.
Nabila, do you trust Eric? Do you have any suspicions about it? Yeah, do you trust me?
I don't think so. No.
These are
Where
kind of.
were you when he was killed?
I have no idea at this point in life. I just found out I was in the storeroom when the spear was found, so that's a shock to me. These ones are a little weirder. I don't know if you would be able to. It's more of like intuitive.
Did you
Yeah.
read your thing down there?
My question doesn't have
It doesn't have to do with my
anything.
question.
Yeah, my question doesn't have anything down there.
I was just going based off whatever.
Yeah. Corolla, do you believe Mr. Hill was too harsh on Michael? Do you know? Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty mean.
Yeah.
But like mine is like what do I think
was.
Nabila might have said to get everyone so agitated.
So those are like suggested questions the
Yeah.
detective can ask, and so like I
It's
think
a little hard.
he's supposed to like the detective is supposed to like go around and ask some questions to see if anybody can
Yeah.
like
Get caught.
yeah it's supposed to like lead us to like discuss what do we think happened. I don't know. It's kind of hard to just say so far.
I feel like we need an outside person as the detective, so that they
Yeah.
can
Well, they
listen
can-
to all the things, and then
Well, I still know that Michael Carr is very innocent, despite having made.
I feel like
I didn't do anything. I wouldn't kill him.
Mhm.
I love him so much.
Yeah, but
My heart.
crimes
Oh,
of passion
my
are a
heart
thing,
too.
and
Yeah.
most people are killed by the people.
I think he was
closest
trying to
them.
break up with you for Nabila, and then
Mhm.
bam, jealous spear.
Look at that forehead. Does that forehead look like it would kill somebody?
Yeah, with a big headbutt.
You mean the 5 head?
5.
You heard of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody else have any fun things to add to this? I'm gonna keep my little no talkie thingies in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I say we just go on to round 3.
Are you reading first this time?
Yeah.
Burger?
Burger.
Burger.
Oliver was always on Nabila, but she didn't seem so bothered. I often saw them secluded away from everyone's eyes, except mine, of course. I heard they had arranged to meet at the temple. Dun dun.
Who's meeting at the
dun.
temple?
Me.
This one with the dead guy. I mean, prior to him being dead, it would
Are
be
you sure
worse.
he's-
Did he die at the temple?
Yes.
Because they collapsed? Or he was...
No,
Obviously he was stabbed.
this is like a inside. It's like a
Right. But like
area.
temple, it's collapsed, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's an
It's a
excavation of the
ring.
temple.
A different, yeah, like I don't know if it was the entire thing, but part of it
Right,
collapsed.
okay.
Yeah.
And caused injury to the director, which is him.
I went to the temple because Oliver was late. I found him impaled by the spear we had discovered yesterday afternoon. I rushed back to the camp and called everyone.
That seems sus.
Say that one more time.
I went to the temple because Oliver was late. I found him impaled by the spear we had discovered yesterday afternoon. I rushed back to the camp and called everyone.
Well, on the night of the murder, I heard Oliver clearly arguing with Corolla. My tent is not far from theirs, and I heard Oliver say, "The decision is final." See, it's throwing some more
It's
shit
throwing
your way.
Corolla into sus
Oh
world.
my gosh. Well, you had it. All right.
Shoot.
All right. When we returned from the temple for dinner, Oliver was shouting at Eric. It seemed that a crate of artifacts had gone missing. The same crate was later found near the body. Reveal clue 3 now.
I mean-
Ooh.
It's that crate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is in this crate?
This. Well, it's probably a statue.
I feel like clue 3 should have happened earlier since it's right next to the murder.
Yeah.
anyways.
Really going out of order with the clues.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay,
Is it
okay.
back? Is it
I'm
your
gonna,
turn?
I'm gonna
It's
show.
back to
I'm gonna show the new clue. This crate with some crazy stuff in it.
Yeah,
Yep.
this one.
I think we got it. What? Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
you were kind of cutting it off.
There you go.
Yeah, less.
Uh.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Moving.
Here you go. Do you want to look at
Okay.
this fun little bloody crate? Of blood?
Corolla was no fool.
Uh-oh.
In my opinion, she had also realized that Oliver had started making promises to Nabila, just as he had done with her in the past. She wouldn't have allowed it.
I would have allowed what?
Sorry for the whistle. I know that gets picked up in the thing pretty good.
Him doing anything for you?
When I returned from the temple and raised the alarm, Nabila was in Michael's tent. That flirt has no restraint. She thinks that sleeping with everyone will get her ahead.
Don't look at me.
Dang.
You woman of the night,
Right?
Dang. That's some serious accusation.
Right, yeah.
Oliver
She's got it out
wasn't.
for me.
Oliver also wasn't the only one guilty of greed. Seeing how Eric was talking to the laborers, I wouldn't be surprised if he had made some deals with them.
Okay.
Maybe some supplied crates and stuff like that.
I mean, I might know a guy.
Hmm.
By the end of the day, I couldn't take it anymore. I told Michael that Oliver had tried to make advances toward me. I had to work hard to prevent him from doing something he would regret.
Shock. All right. So basically, what's going to happen, we're all going to read our revelation secretly to find out if we're the assassin. From there, we're going to present facts. During it, we're going to go round table. We're probably going to start with you since I was the last one to read anything. Give your version of the events, and you can use any arguments that you think would be helpful to not get accused. And then, after everyone's had their say, at the same time, it says at the end of countdown, but I figure we just do like a 3, 2, 1 point sort of thing. Players point their index finger towards the player they think is the assassin. If you are the assassin, you win if you are not the most accused player. If you are not the assassin, you win if you have pointed your finger towards the assassin.
So, how do we find out if we're the
Oh,
assassin?
okay.
It's going to be in our revelation.
Okay.
So we're all going to read this secretly, and then we're going to go round table to try to do our version of the events to make it so that we're not accused. Okay?
Mhm.
It's going to be real bad if I'm the assassin because I'm bad at this. Okay.
Yep, this makes a lot of sense to me and how this works.
Okay.
So, should we read over our
Yeah,
versions again?
right now what you're mainly doing is trying to figure out what happens so you can
Piece together.
piece it together and try to get someone, try to figure out who the murderer is. All right. I think I got my suspicions and how I think it turned out in my head.
Okay. Do you want to start, Corolla?
You can also just plead the fifth and just.
Give it up.
I'm not the person who was guilty of killing Oliver, my true love.
Well, what do you think happened then?
We may have had our arguments, like you said. But that's what lovers do. They tussle.
How much of a tussle?
This seems toxic.
What did you want to do to keep him in line, though?
Smack him around. That's all.
Real toxic.
Smack him with the spear.
But I loved him. I would never hurt him. I would never do such a thing.
Well, here's how
Sarcastic.
I interpret the events and what happened.
I'm not an actor.
I really do think that it was Corolla with the lovers feud going on right now.
I thought you were gonna make that into a clue thing.
That's what I was
I thought you were gonna
expecting
be
as
like,
well.
it's Corolla in the temple with a spear.
That's 100% what happened.
Are we
So,
supposed to say who we suspect?
What
Not
happened
yet,
was-
not yet.
I think Oliver had just told her that she was going to make Nabila the vice, whatever, president of this expedition
Director.
crew. Vice director.
I'm
After being
already the
pro-
vice
Was it?
director.
Yeah, that was your job, right?
Yeah, but I
Already.
think
So like,
he was going to make her hit over her, and the decision was final.
oh, like
The
replace
decision was
you.
final, replaced. And then, so yeah. And she was like, I'll show you what's final. And then, yeah.
Oh, that's a good last line. Like
Yeah.
that's like straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I was just trying to get away from the whole time because he kept making advances towards me, and obviously, I didn't want that.
So, did you
I just
kill
wanted-
him because he got handsy?
No, I wanted to get away from him. I wanted more
Okay.
time with him than I had to.
Okay. So like, were you
So you
planning on
killed him because of
leaving?
that?
Like,
No,
so
I'm trying to get away.
what were you talking to the excavation people about? Like, were you trying to hide the products from
When was I talking
Phil?
to that special?
I saw you with
You
my
saw
own two eyes.
Well, I'm the translator, so I was probably trying to figure out what
Mhm.
something said on the spear or on the
Mm.
chest that was delivered. So
Okay.
translating and
Okay. You
figuring out artifacts.
You didn't kill him because you
Doing
wanted
my
the
job.
products?
I was just doing my
Hey,
job.
listen,
Nikki.
I was very concerned over her situation with Oliver. He was not acting.
Seemed like a
right.
creep.
He was definitely a creep.
Mm.
Trading one in for the
Right, Nikki.
the-
You seem
the
pretty
newest
fast.
lady-
I know, like
youngest model.
Mhm.
Mr. Hill clearly thought like we were both in it for the money. Like he wasn't in it because he liked history. It was all just lies. He's definitely in it for the fame and the glory, and I respected that. Like we got along well for that. He did think I was selling some stuff, but I wasn't. He had no proof. There's no proof that I was doing
What's
any
this
of that.
right here?
It is a crate that is still not.
Is this what you were trying to sell?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to sell
Allegedly?
anything. Allegedly, yes, that is what I was.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I was just taking a walk when I found
Ooh.
it.
Were you trying to sell the
So-
spear
Good
too?
point.
The one that he
Here
was
it
killed with?
is. He discovered the crate he was trying to sell, and to cover himself up, Mr. Eric Berger
Mm.
murdered him. It's like, what is this
mean-
crate doing here? You shouldn't have this here. Well, now you're not going to be here anymore either. Yeah.
I just found it. Nobody else was near it when I found it,
Hmm.
and I walked away.
Sure.
Hmm. Now I don't know.
I'm sorry. I put it back in its place at the temple. I just picked it up and I moved it. I didn't do anything. He has no proof that I was selling anything.
Where's all the CCTV?
This is 1929. No CCTV.
Yeah, let's get some fingerprints and some blood work done.
Some DNA tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
So next big point, who we think it was?
So
Now we put now we at
So,
same
yeah.
time.
So
So
then whoever's
go.
guilty,
so
if they don't.
if they are not the most accused player, so like if it is not,
If it's tied, even if it's tied, because
even
tied
if it's
is not
tied, they
votes.
technically win. But
You still win if you point to the assassin. So
correct.
So
So like if I pointed to somebody that I thought was the assassin and it turns out they weren't, they technically lose the game. But if the assassin has a majority of the votes, they lose.
yes,
Okay.
it'll make sense in a second.
Yeah, I gotta figure out
So
between two of you.
let's do
Oh.
1-2 point.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
not
just a second.
Yeah,
3, 2,
not
1
1,
point.
2, 3 points. 1-2 point.
What about 3, 2, 1 point?
You do 3-2-1 point.
Let's
3-2-1 point.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But not 3-2 point. 3-2-1 point.
Yes.
All right, everybody get like, 30 seconds.
Okay, should we do like the front?
Oh yeah, we should go back to front.
Hey, Cosmic V, look at the little dancing dicey.
Yeah, we're gonna go here.
More coming soon.
More coming soon. Same as
All
we're
right.
That's this one right here.
We're
Okay,
gonna,
are we ready? We're gonna accuse. To accuse. Sorry.
Wow.
I don't know what that's from.
Isn't that French?
I watched too many video gamers. Okay. 3, 2, 1, point.
Oh.
Oh.
Are you the assassin?
Do I reveal this?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Are you the assassin?
How is it you?
I'm not guilty.
So the only person who won.
I was between
It's
the
Sammy.
you two.
Nobody voted for me at all. So.
Yeah.
Oh my
Almost did.
gosh.
All right. I want to
didn't get you
know.
at all. There was like
I want to know
nothing.
how this happened.
Should I read my little attention thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first one. Sometimes in life you have to put on a brave face. Mr. Hill had the means to bring history back to life. I could accept exploiting him for the sake of other people's culture.
Dang.
Next one. I have always tried the value of the spear. I have always tried to help people understand the importance that history holds for our people, but it seems that here there is little respect for anything or anyone. However, if you disrespect history, history will not show you any respect.
Oh, dang.
That's when I had a feeling.
Oh, dang.
Meeting at the temple. I met Oliver at the temple because he wanted to discuss a job at the London Museum. In reality, he once again tried to make advances towards me, and I fled.
Oh.
That's what threw me off too.
Oh.
Like, he ran away.
No, but
But maybe I
let's.
struck and then ran.
Do you want to
away.
read the back of that for the solution?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a little it's a little note from you. The murderer is me. No, oh, I should have you read this actually.
Oh, do it.
It's kind of tiny print, so.
Yeah, good luck me. Am I reading both?
Yeah, so it's it starts here
Yeah.
and then the second half.
Alright. The murderer is me, Nabila. I have always hated men like Oliver Hill, presumptuous, selfish, and arrogant. They believe their world is their playground. They come from their money and think they can buy anyone and anything. I gave him a chance to understand. I tried to reason with him like I did in Lagash.
Okay.
I frightened the workers, staged small accidents, and even took advantage of Professor Carmichael by turning him against Oliver and fueling superstitions, but it was no use. Oliver proved to be the typical beast. Not only did he ignore all the signs, but to have me, he escalated things and started making promises, flaunting his power. When I realized words were useless, I decided to change tactics. I pretended to give in to Oliver's advances and arranged to meet him at the temple at midnight. I didn't care how anymore. I had to stop him. I arrived at the temple early, just in time to see the despicable man. Despicable man Eric hurried to return the loot to the temple after he was cornered. Pathetic. After the argument with Michael, Oliver finally stepped forward. I hid in the altar room and grabbed the serpent's lance. There was no better way than the weapon of the prophecy. I lured him in easily. All it took was to make him believe he can't. Oh my gosh, I can't read today. All it took was to make him believe he could have what he wanted. The rest you know. I have no remorse. The riches of our history belong to us. I could not allow our country to be robbed of its soul once again in exchange for dirty money.
All right.
Worst reason.
Nope.
Well, we were all very good detectives in this game.
We were the worst.
Figured it out pretty easily.
So is this just
I told you
play
guys
one
I
time
loved him.
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot
Each
of
of
these.
each of these you can only play one.
Yeah,
time.
so like the Alibi 3 cases in one,
Come with
basically.
threes.
Yeah, so like it comes with 3 different cases. This is a much shorter case too, because the other one has 5 rounds. And I bet the book has more of like a how to play.
Yeah, I brought it up. I'm gonna kind of look at it.
Yeah, because but basically, like, each case can only be played once, but when you play it, you can always gift it to somebody else so they can reuse it too, because it's not because it's not like you're destroying anything. The cards can just go back in like a little pile, and you can rubber band them or stick them in a.
I bet there's like,
and again,
like you just trade all these kinds of games.
The Prophecy of Marduk's Temple is the demo case that you can actually print and play for free.
Yeah, so you can print and play this. It's super nice that it's gives the whole PDF file is like 20 pages, I believe. So, yeah, the archaeology theme is really nice. I love that stuff. So, I haven't looked up what the other 3 cases are, but it is on sale now. So, feel free to shop around for that on our sale. Sale ends next Monday. This was super fun for me. I love these types of games. Social deduction as a good guy is super fun. As the bad guy, I am bad at it. Now I know.
I didn't know if you were the bad guy.
Not until the end, yeah. But which it's in that end part where you have to justify yourself is where I'm really bad at lying. Which now that I know, I'm not playing social deduction games with Sammy.
Also really bad at lying.
Because you sounded sus.
Yeah.
Like, you were just like,
I'm just not a very good storyteller.
Well, it was also like you were just trying to get people not to vote for you instead of trying to like
mm-hmm.
it was like you were like, it wasn't me. You're not pointing fingers at anybody else. You were just saying it wasn't me.
I played enough of those Jackbox
If
games.
if I was the traitor, I would have been selling someone under the throwing someone under the bus.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, like I went
Traitor
to if I had flipped that card and found out that I was guilty,
You would have started laughing.
Yeah, 100%. I would have been like, whoops. And immediately I would have been guilty. I'm so bad at that. But yeah, I love these types of games. Check it out online. But that is it for today's stream. We will be on tomorrow for a playthrough of Cities. We will have a giveaway of one copy of Cities for those that are interested.
Is that released yet or is it still free?
No, it's released now. Cities is new arrival for a couple of weeks now, I think. So, but that'll be it for our stream today. Thank you for those that stuck around and watched us not be good detectives. And we'll see you tomorrow.